as the subject of a preposition to. Here preposition is to, so it functions as the object of a preposition to. What the teacher said. He paid no attention to what? To what the teacher said. Then there is no doubt in what you say. There is no doubt in what you say. There is no doubt in is man class. What you say is subordinate class. In subordinate class it is noun class. In noun class it functions as the object of a preposition in. As the object of a preposition in. Because in man class there is no doubt in what you say. Some more example. I am against what he suggested. I am against what he suggested. Against is here preposition. What he suggested is subordinate clause. In subordinate clause it is a noun clause. In noun clause it is functions as the object of a preposition against. Try to manage with whatever you have. Try to manage with whatever you have. Try to manage with is the man clause. Whatever you have is the subordinate clause. In subordinate clause it is noun clause. Noun clause. In noun clause it functions as the object of a preposition with. Next, don't long for what you can't have. Don't long for what you can't have. Don't long for is man clause. What you can't have is subordinate clause. In subordinate clause it is noun clause. Noun clause functions as the object of a preposition for. As the object of a preposition for. Now next function of a noun clause is as the complement of the verb. We can also use noun clause as the complement of a verb. My fear is that he may have lost his purse. My fear is that he may have lost his purse. My fear is that he may have lost his purse. That he may have lost his purse is the subordinate clause. In subordinate clause it is noun clause, and noun clause here functions as the complement of the verb is. Next, the belief was that the earth was flat. The belief was that the earth was flat. Here, that the earth was flat is the subordinate clause, which I have underlined it. The belief was that the earth was flat is subordinate clause. That the earth was flat. Here, it functions as the complement of the verb was. As the again we see more example of the same functions of noun clause. Our hope is that he will improve in time. Our hope is that he will improve in time. Here, that he will improve in time is a noun clause, and it functions as the complement of the verb is. My suggestion is that we should drop the plan. My suggestion is that we should drop the plan. Here, noun clause functions as the complement of the verb is, that we should drop the plan. Some more examples. And the fact is that he hasn't got the money. The fact is that he hasn't got the money. Here, that he hasn't got the money is a noun clause, and it functions as the complement of the verb is. Next, our expectation is that this year the harvest should good. Here, that this year the harvest should good. The harvest should good is the noun clause, and it functions as the complement of the verb is. As in opposition to a noun or pronoun. Now we will see as in opposition to a noun or pronoun. Here we see the belief that stars have some influence on our lives. So here noun will function as in opposition to a noun or pronoun. Noun clause here functions as in opposition to a noun or pronoun. So we will see in one example the belief that stars have some influence on our lives is still common. That stars have some influence on our lives is here subordinate clause. Here is a noun clause, and here noun clause plays functions as in opposition to a noun or pronoun. Here the belief that stars have some influence on our lives is still common. So here the belief that stars have some influence on our lives is noun clause. Here one more example we will see. The notice that the exam should be postponed. The notice that the exam should be postponed was accepted. Here that the exam should be postponed is subordinate clause. In subordinate clause it is a noun clause, and in noun clause it functions as in opposition to a noun or pronoun. That the exam should be postponed. It describes the notice that the exam should be postponed. So it works as in opposition to a noun or pronoun was accepted. So it is a noun clause. So we have discussed the functions of the noun clauses. We can use noun clause as a subject, as an object, as a complement of the verb, as in opposition to a noun or pronoun. So we have seen so many things here, and one more example will clear in opposition to a noun or pronoun. The fact that the bad deeds always give bad result is still famous. The fact that the bad deeds always give bad result is still famous. So here in this sentence, that the bad deeds always give bad result is still famous. So this underlined sentence is subordinate clause. In subordinate clause it is noun clause. Noun clause here functions as in opposition to a noun or pronoun. So this is the noun clause which I have discussed here. So before for noun clause it is important that what is first we should know what is a noun. So noun is a word. Noun is a name of a person, place or thing. So here we have seen that how it works. Noun clause is that which works as a noun is called a noun clause. Noun clause is that which can function as a noun is called a noun clause. So here so many examples we have discussed here and we have seen. So noun clause will be clear now. So clauses, so first we have seen what is clauses. Clauses has subject and predicate, and it gives complete meaning, so we can say that it is a clause. Then we divided clauses into two kinds, main clause and subordinate clause. So this is very important, main clause and subordinate clause. So in main class and subordinate. How, what is main class, what is subordinate class? So main class is independent class. It has its own subject and predicate. It can stand by itself, and although it combined with other dependent or independent clauses. In the same way, if we again we revise the subordinate class, then subordinate clauses are independent or dependent clauses, and actually dependent on main clause, and they cannot stand themselves, and they add some more information in the main class. If we take so we have to use subordinating conjunction. If we prepare the subordinating class, then we have to use subordinating conjunction. So we use subordinating conjunction, then subordinating conjunction enable the subordinating clause to stand alone. So with the help of main clause, they give meaning, they increases the meaning of the main clause, they add more information in the main clause. So and in this way we use so there are many subordinating conjunctions which we have discussed. We can use what, we can use when, we can use whatever, we can use that, we can use because, we can use why, whenever, as, until. There are so many words which are used as subordinating conjunctions. So when we add subordinating conjunction in subordinating clause, also it has its own subject and predicate. Even then the result, the product which we get is not complete. Then the question arises in our mind that it has its own subject and predicate, then why it is not complete? But here we describe it with subordinate conjunction. So subordinate conjunction, due to subordinate conjunction, subordinate clause can't give complete thought or complete meaning. With the help of main clause, it can give meaning. Alone or separately, it will not give meaning to us. So in this way, subordinate conjunction, subordinate clause and main clause we join by two ways. Here I describe two ways. First, we can combine these two clauses. By first we can put main clause first and then subordinate clause, and sometimes we put subordinate clause first and then main clause. When we put main clause first, at that time main clause plus subordinate clause, no need to add any punctuation mark like comma, semicolon, dash, etc. If we put first subordinate clause and then noun clause, at that time it is necessary to combine these two clauses with some punctuation. So we put comma between main clause and subordinate clause. Then in this way we can put first subordinate clause and then main clause. So sometimes we put main clause first, sometimes we put whatever we like, we can use it this way. So this is clauses, and here there are we have seen noun clause. Noun clause is that which functions as a noun. So by these examples it will be clear. A noun clause. Then next time we will see adjective clause. Next time we will see adjective clause and adverb clause. The classes, I hope classes will be cleared in your mind. And if you have any question, then you may ask. Okay, we have discussed about noun clauses. In the same way, here adjective clauses and adverb clauses, these are the things, but here we will concentrate more on noun clause. So noun clause will be, if noun clause will be clear, then other clauses we can understand easily. So here noun clause, as I have discussed, noun clause functions as a noun, is a noun clause. So what is noun? Noun clause we have understand noun. What is noun? Noun, actually noun is comes in parts of speech, and noun is the name of a person, place or thing. So generally noun comes as a subject. In a sentence, noun comes as a subject, generally subject and object also. So first in sentence, subject plus verb plus object. So sometimes it comes as a subject, sometimes it comes as an object. So here if we take example, then it will be more clear. Here, Radha told me that I was right. Radha told me that I was right. Radha told me is the main clause. That I was right. That I was right is the subordinate clause. In subordinate clause, it functions as a noun clause. We have discussed first also that what is a sentence. Sentence has a subject and a predicate of its own. Sentence has a subject and predicate of its own, then we will get complete meaning. So here in noun clause or in every sentence we get subject